place, a compound. We have a community. It's safe here. How many of you are there? Are any of them children? Because the fastest way to get here is by the river, and I don't think you could make it with kids.
You should take off your blindfold. It's beautiful. I really want you to see it.
What? Take off my blindfold? It mess up this beat? Hell no.
I'm gonna take a piece of your chicken. I want one of the birds in your box. Take off your blindfold.
Man, I kick your ass over your forehead.
Take off your blindfold. We'll pay your student loans for you. We'll pay your student loans if you take off your blindfold.
For real? So if I take my blindfold off, you'll pay off my student loans?
Yes, the ones from Sally Mae, even
All the student
Citibank.
loans. So you mean tell me if I take off my blindfold, you'll pay off all my student loans? Yep. What's up, everybody? I am Sister Slayage, and welcome to my channel, Boo Sugars. How y'all doing today? You know what? I am so excited about this video, y'all, because this is a video that was suggested by one of my day ones named Dragon Slayer. Dragon Slayer is my subscriber, and I was asked to, suggest my 10 favorite eyeshadow bases / primers. So Dragon Slayer, this video is for you. Thank you for subscribing and kicking it with your girl, y'all. Thanks for kicking it. I can't kick too high. I've been around dislocating my thigh. I'm old, y'all. I ain't got it like I used to. But anyway, thank you all for clicking on this video. Hopefully y'all enjoy my intro. I'm trying to get him Steven Spielberg on, you know what I'm saying? Netflix and chill, you know what I'm talking about? Alright, anyway, let me get back to the subject at hand. I am going to be talking about my 10 favorite suggested whatever eyeshadow primers. So if you want to know what eyeshadow primers that I suggest, why don't you just stay tuned, Bo Sugar? So number 1 is the MAC Prep and Prime 24-hour eyeshadow base. Y'all probably hear me talk about this eyeshadow base all the time. It's my number 1 and it is my favorite. And this eyeshadow base, it has a more of a stiffer consistency, and the way I suggest you use this is you take the eyeshadow base and you rub it on the back of your hand and you shear it out. Now the thing that I like about this eyeshadow base is perfect for people who have very, very oily skin and oily lids. And this is long wearing stuff, y'all. And it shears out to a transparent consistency, so you won't have to worry about anything thick and chalky. A lot of people don't like this base because they're like, okay, it's so thick, it's so drying. But this base is more so for people who have oily and or aging skin who want their eyeshadow wear a little longer. So if you have oily skin and you have a hard time getting your eyeshadow base, your eyeshadow to stay on all day long, I promise you, this is the base for you. So, yeah, Boo Sugar, go and give her a try. My second favorite eyeshadow base is the MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot. Now, the Pro Longwear Paint Pot, that's one of them day ones. That's one of them throwbacks that's still on the market. That was here before the color tattoos, before Pee-wees, all that stuff. If you wanted a nice little eyeshadow base that got the job done, back in the day we went for the MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot. There's nothing else. There was no substitute. But if you are looking for something that is going to be either worn as an eyeshadow by itself or lays as a really good base to make sure your eyeshadows pop and stay in place and do not crease, then the MAC, Prep and Prime, the MAC Pro Longwear paint pots will do the trick. And the thing that I do like about these paint pots is they come in a variety of colors and textures. They have the kind of glittery, they have some that are more frosty with a shimmer, and they also have some that have a satin finish and kind of a matte finish. I will always say you want to start off with the basics. If you are not a makeup artist and you don't really have to have a huge kit, or you're not an enthusiast about collecting makeup and you want something just to get the job done, I'll suggest a few colors for you. If you are light to medium complected, and you have a golden undertone, I would suggest using MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. That would be the color you would use because it has a yellow undertone and it doesn't look harsh on the lid. Now, if you have more of a warm or red or a pink undertone, I would suggest using MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot in the color Painterly. So if you're lighter and you want to just put that on, use it as an eyeshadow base, you can. So if you're more of a warm tone and you're light skin or a light complexion, opt for Painterly. If you are lighter and you have a golden complexion, opt for Soft Ochre. Now, we're going to go to the more medium to dark complexions. And unfortunately, they've kind of weeded out some of their colors, but these are two colors that I would suggest that can work on either undertone because they have a little more brown in them and it kind of neutralizes a little better. So if you are anywhere from a NC40 to an NC46, you should use the MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot in a color called Laying Low. It's very close and really neutral and close to the skin tone. So if you just want to throw it on and you don't want to do eyeshadow, you can wear it by itself because these are actually cream eyeshadows, but since we didn't really have that many things back in the market back in the day, we use them as eyeshadow bases as well. Now, if you're darker than a MAC NC46, I would suggest using a paint pot called Groundwork. It is a cool tone deep brown that you can use, and it can also be a neutral paint pot as well. Unfortunately, anything darker than like an NW45, it's kind of hard to, I take that back. No, I'm gonna stay with it. It's kind of hard to find a paint pot unless you do something like a concealer to use as an eyeshadow base. I think MAC should do a better job at extending their Pro Longwear paint pot colors. But for the most part, it should be relatively easy to find a color for you. But if you don't, I have some other suggestions later on in the countdown, Boo Sugar. So that's number 2, my MAC Pro Longwear paint pot. So if you're still with me, stay tuned for number 3, Boo Sugar. Number 3, the P. Louise Rumor eyeshadow base. I just had to take a side before I went into this. With the P. Louise base, if you're looking for something that's going to make your eyeshadows just kind of give them an additional pop, especially if you're using pastel colors or bright colors and you want to mute the lid out and help the eyeshadows pop, I would strongly suggest trying the P. Louise eyeshadow base. They come in colors from 1 to 5. I will warn you though, these colors on the computer screen, they look a lot darker than they are in person. So those colors, they also have like a little matrix like a scale that they use to suggest what you should wear, because P. Louise used to be a MAC makeup artist back in the day, and Paige Louise used to be a MAC artist back in the day. So I do like the fact that she will, if you look at the actual base on the website and you're trying to figure out what base works best with your skin tone, it'll tell you based on your foundation color. However, the colors are extremely light because usually I wear anywhere from like an NC43 to an NC45, depending on what type of time of year it is. And I got the P. Louise base in the color 4, thinking that it'll be spot on, and it's like extremely light. So that's the only thing I would warn you against. These bases are really long wearing. Usually I get anywhere from like a 8 all the way up to about a 16-hour wear with this eyeshadow base. I was very impressed because I was very, very apprehensive at first. I'm like, man, I gotta buy eyeshadow base from Great Britain and wait 3 years for it to ship, which was the thing that made me dislike it. Because at first, when I first tried the eyeshadow base, it took 3 weeks to ship. They don't send the tracking number, so you kind of have to hang out by the mailbox. And when I got the product, one of them, it was like literally half a tube and it was dried up. It was almost like it was a bad batch for one of them. And so I emailed them. It took them forever. It took them like a week to even reply to my email. And then they said, we're going to send you one out with a free gift. I'm like, okay, B, I like gifts. And a month later, I still haven't received my product. So I reached back out and they were like, oh, we're looking in the system. It don't look like it was ever sent. So I had to wait literally another month to have my eyeshadow base and my loose pigment, which was the free gift, which is nice. They sent that to me. So if you're like in a rush to get an eyeshadow base, P. Louise ain't the way to go. But other than that, it's a really good product. Do not set this eyeshadow base when you put it on your eyes. Just let it, just use the eyeshadow base as is and just go over with your eyeshadow. Because when you set it, what ends up happening, the product, like the eyeshadow, it will actually kind of get flaky and crumble and it don't look so good. So that's number 3, P. Louise Rumor eyeshadow base. Oh yeah, and I also want to remind y'all too, since it's, and we have to buy from Great Britain online, there is a conversion. There's a difference when it comes to the currency. Theirs is in pounds, ours is in US dollars. And I ended up spending like $40 to get 2 eyeshadow bases. So yeah, it's a little pricey. So I'm like, well, I'm spending $40 and I gotta wait down there 3 months to get my stuff, cause it's a problem. But other than that, they good. So let me keep it going. Number 4 is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter eyeshadow base. Well, amplified eyeshadow base. This is one of the newer products that I added to my eyeshadow base line. At first, I really wasn't gonna try it because I'm like, well, I already have eyeshadow bases that I swear by. But I've learned to really love this product. The thing that I like about this product is very silky and it blends in so smoothly. It's perfect for those who have oily eyelids, aging skin, and fine lines. I found that this eyeshadow base, it almost has like a blurring effect. The only thing that I don't like about it is I found that this eyeshadow base, it doesn't wear as long as the other ones I have in my collection. With the Fenty Pro Filter eyeshadow base, I will usually get about a 6-hour wear out of it. And what happens is kind of weird because the product, it gradually fades. It don't just go away completely, but the intensity does kind of die down after 6 hours. So I would suggest this for someone, let's say if you're going to a dinner party and you're not going to be there that long, or you're not going to be doing anything strenuous, or you're not going to need to do any touch-ups or anything, and you just want something quick and fast, I would strongly suggest trying this eyeshadow base. It also has like a nice little wand that you can use to apply the eyeshadow base with. I personally don't use the wand for sanitary reasons because I am a makeup artist and I don't want to cross-contaminate. I usually take it out and I use a brush or scraper on a petri dish and then use it. But if it's just for your personal use, then you should be fine using a wand. So that particular eyeshadow base, like I said, is newer. I would strongly suggest trying it. The only thing is, if you want something extremely long wearing, that's not the way to go, but it's very comfortable on the lids. Number 5 is the Smashbox 24-Hour Eyeshadow primer. Now, I'll just say this. Estee Lauder is like a huge umbrella. They have a lot of companies that are under their umbrella, like Clinique, Estee Lauder, MAC, Smashbox, Bobbi Brown. They're like huge. So what I have noticed with this particular product, it is really the exact same formula as the MAC 24-hour eye base. It's really the exact same thing, just different packaging. I believe it's even the same price. It's $22. It can be found at any retailer that sells Smashbox products. It can be found at Ulta and Sephora, and some Macy's and dealers may carry it at their Impulse or Edge beauty counters. So the thing that I do like about this particular product, it's another one that's really good for oily lids, and it doesn't necessarily wear 24 hours because the MAC one don't always wear 24 hours. I can get 24 hours, but I ain't trying to keep makeup on my face that long. That's nasty. But it is a very long wearing product, and you will use it the same way. Make sure you shear it out. A little goes a very long way. If you put it on in clumps, it's going to dry in clumps, and your eyeshadow is not going to blend smoothly. So yeah, the eyeshadow base from Smashbox 24-hour primer is the business, guys. So give her a try. Number 6 is the Morphe eyelid primer. This eyeshadow primer works better with those who have dry skin and they want something that's long wearing, something a little more hydrating. This is a product, it is one of my suggested eyeshadow primers because of the price point. I'm not a fan of the consistency. I'm not a fan of the consistency because my eyelids are more oily, and when I put it on, my lids feel greasy. But it's a hydrating eyeshadow primer, so that's kind of what it does. So if you have really dry skin or really dry lids and you want something that's going to amplify your products, I strongly suggest giving this a try. And the thing that's really good about it is like $10. So it's not like a lot of the other eyeshadow primers I have in this list. It's extremely affordable. It can be found at any Ulta or any place that sells Morphe products. Nice amount of product in the tube, and you'll really enjoy this eyeshadow base, and it is a pretty good dupe for the Urban Decay Primer Potion. So if you want an eyeshadow primer that does the same things, really good for dry skin, I strongly suggest this one. Number 7 is the Urban Decay Primer Potion. Now y'all know that I could not call myself a makeup artist or a makeup enthusiast or a beauty influencer, whatever the hell I want to call myself, without putting this on the list, fam. This one is an oldie but goodie. I love Primer Potion. I don't really use it on myself that much because of the fact that I have oily lids. However, the Primer Potion is a really good product because they have different types of Primer Potion that can address any skin issue. It's just for some reason my lids just greasier than that box of chicken. You know what I'm saying? It's just greasy. So with this particular primer, with this particular eyeshadow primer, you can apply it using a brush. You could use your fingertips as well. They also have one for anti-aging. So if you are, let's say, in your late 30s, early 40s or whatever, my age, well, I'm not in my 40s, I'm in my 30s. That's all. That's the only clue you get. But if you are having concerns with wrinkling or just keeping your eyeshadow in place because it's settling in fine lines, I would strongly suggest using the Urban Decay Primer Potion, the anti-aging one. It also, it fills in the lines. It almost has like a smoothing effect for the lid. So it's a really good product if you have dry or aging skin. Can be a little bit on the pricey side, so I always suggest just kind of look out for that. But it can be found at any retailers that sell Urban Decay. You may even look up on this at like TJ Maxx or Marshalls, because sometimes they do have them there. And if you want something that's smaller, they also have like a smaller size that retails for, I think, for like $14 or something like that. So that's not really bad. And considering the fact that this is a cult favorite, you don't have to worry about ever having a hard time trying to find this product. This has been on the market for years. This is a beauty influencer favorite. And even though I don't use it a lot, I still put it in my kit for those who do use it. It also comes in shimmer. It also comes in pearl. So if you want to kind of amplify a pearl eyeshadow or shimmer eyeshadow, they do have an eyeshadow base for that as well. So yes, Urban Decay is my next favorite one. You know what I'm talking about? So if you still here and you're liking it so far, we're almost done. Hit like and subscribe. And also let me know, tell me what other eyeshadow bases you recommend that I try. I got another suggestion, and I'm so sorry I couldn't remember the YouTuber's name, but she suggested the Kat Von D one, and I will try that one as well. I just got so many that I'm trying to use up now, but I will be trying that one next. So yeah, if you still with me, thank you for, hanging in there, fam. We almost done. Be patient. Wait your turn. In the words of Patrick Star, wait your turn. Wait your turn. Number 8. Now this is where it can get a little tricky and a little confusing for some. Some people are allergic to products that are used in eyeshadow primers. So I don't want to eliminate those people who will have those concerns. So you can also use certain concealers as a eyeshadow base or eyeshadow primer. If you want to use the priming qualities, and I would recommend using a very lightweight, finely milled translucent powder, patting it on the eye, dusting off the excess, and then going in with your eyeshadow, with your concealer as an eyeshadow primer and a base. Because a primer can control the oils and things like that, and the base, of course, is just a clean slate for color. So this one is another favorite, and it's one of my newer products. It came out within this past, I'd say about maybe a year or two, is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Now they do have a eyeshadow base. I haven't tried it yet because I'm still working through all my eyeshadow bases, and I ain't buying no more until it's time. So the thing I do like about the Shape Tape, it stays in place. Hence, that's why I call it Shape Tape. But it is perfect for a eyeshadow primer. The only thing I would suggest is make sure you blend this product out really good with the brush. Do not apply it with the wand. It just, I don't know. It blends out easy with a tapered brush and the blending brush. Use a tapered brush to lay the product down, and use a blending brush to blend the product out. Do not put powder over the Shape Tape. You can put it under it and, like I said, dust the powder off, but don't put it over it unless you don't plan on putting an eyeshadow over it. If you just want to do like a muted, no makeup look, put your tape down and then just set it with the powder and go on about your day. But if you want to use it as a eyeshadow base and you don't have oily lids and you maybe just allergic to other ones, you just like using concealers, just lay that bad boy down, let it dry, and go in with your favorite eyeshadow of your choice. And the thing that I do like about this concealer is the fact that this is that one thing that Tarte did get right. They have a variety of colors that you could choose from, and it's perfect for people who don't need a whole lot of makeup and you just want something to just do it all. You can use it, of course, this is a concealer. You can use it to highlight, contour, whatever you want to do with it, with sugar. So that retails about $27. The only thing that kind of sucks about it is if you're in a place where you're not close to Ulta, USOL, it's only available on the Tarte website or Ulta. Sephora doesn't carry. It's just a product that's exclusive to Ulta and Tarte Cosmetics.com. Now to number 9. Number 9 is also a concealer. It is the MAC Pro Long Wear Concealer. They come in a variety of shades and undertones for people, whether you have warm undertones or golden undertones. And this I'm about to say foundation. This concealer works really well as an eyeshadow base. And the Pro Long Wear formula is designed to do just what the name says. It's long wearing. It's perfect for those who have oily skin, who sweat a lot, who are not necessarily going to have a lot of time to touch up their eyeshadows. And as far as using this one, you can either set it with the powder or you can just wear it as is and put your eyeshadow on top. So the Pro Long Wear Concealer is an awesome eyeshadow base. Number 10. This is my very, very first eyeshadow base ever. And as a matter of fact, I have it on now in black under my black smoky eye. And I've had this on like since like 6 o'clock this morning. And it's still on there. And it is the NYX eyeshadow base. It comes in a little jar. I put the little picture up there over my shoulder. And it comes in white, pearl, skin tone, and black. Although this doesn't really have a lot of colors, it still works amazing. Y'all, this is like an eyeshadow base that literally wears 24 hours. It does have like a little scent to it, but of course it's gonna be on your eyes, so you're not gonna smell it that much. But if y'all want something that's inexpensive, that will not crease, that will not cake, that will not budge, the NYX eyeshadow base is where it's at, y'all. Make sure y'all screw the top all the way on it so it won't dry out. And it retails for like $6.99. It can be found at Ulta, beauty supply stores, Target, Walgreens, anywhere else that like this sells NYX products. You can find this eyeshadow base. And MAC is my favorite, but this one is like one of my classics. Like I say, save the best for last. This is probably the best. And the reason why is because it has a cute little color range, 4 colors, and it can all work for any and everybody. And I think they have like an off-white one too. So it can work for anybody. It makes color eyeshadows pop, and it's $6. Like, you can't beat that. So that is my number 10, my 10th, my final favorite eyeshadow base, y'all. I swear by this stuff. This thing, I done had a blindfold on and everything. You know, of course, doing my intro, which you seen the blindfold. Took it off. It did not move. It did not smudge. My eyeshadow is still here. So, if you are new to the makeup thing and you just now getting yourself a kit started and you don't have that much money, start off with the NYX eyeshadow base, Boo Sugar. If you are still here with me right now, I would like to thank you for watching this video. I hope that you all found it entertaining and informative. Once again, this video was suggested by my subscriber, Dragon Slayer. She's one of my day ones. And dear Dragon Slayer, it is because of people like you and subscribers like you, I am motivated to get up every day and bring you valuable content. So thank you for subscribing to my channel. And of all the places y'all could have been, y'all are here with me, and I appreciate that. So if you all have any other suggestions when it comes to video content, just get in that comment box down there and make some suggestions for your girl. I'm here for y'all. So once again, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I love you, Boo Sugars, and come back to the Slay Nation for more, honey. Bye.